Welcome to Keeping It Real Estate. This is your host, Laura Choueri. In this first episode of our podcast, we are joined by His Excellency Marwan Bin Ghalita, CEO of the Real Estate Regulatory Agency RERA, the regulatory arm of the Dubai Land Department. Marwan Ahmed Bin Ghalita has the overarching responsibility for ensuring that Dubai's real estate industry operations are conducted in a transparent and equitable manner. His position at the helm of the organization that governs the Emirates' dynamic property sector involves him in establishing principles of fairness that help engender confidence in the market and encourage investment. In our incredible conversation, we talk about the rise of the Dubai real estate market, policies and systems, and the three pillars of trust, innovation, and happiness. Good morning and welcome, Your Excellency.
Good morning, Laura. Always happy to be with you.
Always happy to be here too. So a few questions about, we're going to talk about RERA, we're going to talk about rules, regulations, policies, etc. Let's start with when I came to Dubai 29 years ago. I remember that Dubai was a rental market for expats. Nationals and GCC were buying property. And there was the body of real estate called Majlis Al-Amar at that time. Then there was the formation of Dubai Group, or the Dubai Real Estate Group, with the support of the main real estate companies at the time. The main five, we call them, which is, the Better Homes, Astraco, Clutton's, etc., Arenco. And then RERA was founded on the 31st of July 2007 by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and ruler of Dubai. So, Marwan, I want to start with a number, before going back to where it all started with you. The government of Dubai Media Office announced on the 7th of January 2022 the value of real estate transactions in Dubai on the first working day or the first Friday following the adoption of the new weekly work system in the country exceeded 2.53 billion with 227 transactions. This is incredible. And I see Dubai has risen to be one of the top countries in the world. Can you tell me how Dubai went from then to here?
Hi, Laura.
It's a loaded question, right?
It is a loaded question, but the good thing is I'm talking to a person who started this even before I joined the line department. And you've been in this market for long enough to know all the facts and the figures about it. In fact, you will be the best ambassador for our real estate market to market it overseas.
Wow, thank you. I'm honored.
As you said it yourself, the dates, the history of real estate of Dubai. Everybody, I think, knows that land department started in 1960 to overseas all land registrations and transactions, give trust to the market about title deed systems in Dubai. The start of all this freehold and the promise, the wish, the hopes that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid have given to all the citizens of UAE and resident of UAE started with a vision to launch the freehold market of Dubai. As you well said it before, everybody is used to a rental market. They are living happily in places where they find homes, like most of the rich expatriate, we will say they are living in Jumeirah area next to the beach in compound villas. But His Highness vision was Dubai is welcoming everybody and he needs to take it to the next level. And that's why everything started. It started from Dubai to the world. And a lot of contribution came from the private sector itself. Today, if you look around, any entrepreneur believed in Dubai and believed in His Highness vision, believed in his capabilities of adding something to Dubai, you will see that it's a witness story that he did contribute to Dubai's success. Everything starts with a regulation. And this was the base of Dubai real estate market. As I said, the trust is there since 1960. People are trading in lands, having their own resident as a rental. and all rights has been protected and safeguarded to everybody because the rules and regulation was implemented for that market. But since RERA started in 2007, we have come with the new rules and regulations because it's a different market now. From rental market, you will go to an ownership market. It's been opened for all nationalities to come and invest in Dubai. That's why you needed a solid regulation for that. As you know, when RERA started in 2007, there was no counterpart for RERA. RERA, or Real Estate Regulatory Agency, has been created in Dubai, where it was the first of its kind. You look around, you don't see a counterpart where you go and learn how you set up your real estate market with this organization. But we were lucky enough to find a lot of expatriate with knowledge about the real estate market. Engineers, lawyers, real estate developers, brokers, agents, valuers, all are in Dubai and living in Dubai and practicing the real estate. So this was easy step for us to gather all the knowledge, have a work session with them, brainstorming with them, and we started the story. And today, proudly, we say that a lot of countries copied RERA model and the blueprint of RERA, which is adding to any real estate market to buy. You just mentioned the number 2.5 billion in the first day, Friday of working. This number is not coming just as a sudden number. There is a hard work from the industry itself to reach this number. As a government, we give support, regulations, services to the private sector to be creative and to serve the investor better and better. You talk about 200 something nationality who's living in Dubai and investing in Dubai. You need a very hard work, dedicated people to serve them and to make them satisfied that they come, they invest, and they grow their investment again and again. And this is what you want in a sustainable market.
Yeah.
If we look at the market today, it's different than 5 years or 10 years ago. Today we can say we do have a mature market where rules, regulations, services, professional people are all working to make it sustainable and to satisfy most of the investors' needs and put options for them on the table.
You've touched on so many subjects that I find to be actually fascinating. And yes, I've witnessed all of this, and I've also witnessed it under your leadership. Remind us, please, what year did you take over the helm of the Dubai Land Department when it was created? Was it in 2007?
I joined Land Department 1995.
1995.
But I become the first CEO of RERA, it's in 2007.
That's it, 2007. So when you took over the helm and the leadership of the Dubai Land Department, I mean, I could write a book on what you've done, but I want everybody else to hear about it because the book is not printed yet. I'm going to write it, I think. So how does the Dubai Land Department, this is really important, how does it support the purchase, the sale and lease of real estate in the United Arab Emirates? I know you're talking about 227 nationalities. I actually never looked at it from that standpoint that you're actually catering to 227 personalities. That's nationalities, actually, which is 227 different ways of thinking that you have to come up with rules and regulations for everyone. So I always hear till today, is my investment protected? Can they take away my title deed? How do I know? Is it possible? Can they do that? I'm like, can they do that in the US? Can they do that in Canada? They can't. So I want to hear it from you, Engineer Marwan. How does the Dubai Land Department support the purchase for the international investor, for the investors in general, and from not the A to Z of the buying process, but how do we give them the comfort on this to hear about it from you?
Look, the way it started, everything is related to a land, as I said. Land Department has been there since 1960 to register the land, and they are familiar with all type of land registration, taking care of site plan, issuing a title deed, subdivisions, anything related to the land attribute, it's there in the database. Owners or land informations. In 2007 and 2008, when the new freehold law came, it was a different thinking for land departments, for the whole staff of land department. As I said, from being used to register land, now new product is being entered in the market. Buildings, villas, townhouses, islands, all kind of real estate, units within a buildings. All of this required a wealth of information that need to be added to the system to make sure everybody's interest is protected.
The policies and procedures.
Yes, but as I said, it was easy when you deal with a piece of land that you just relate this land to the person. Land number 27 owned by Laura in Jumeirah, and that's it. If there is a mortgage, you will just put the mortgage on that. But when the freehold scheme came up, it's a different story. You register the land, you register the building, you register the common area, you register all the other interest. Some people have mortgage, some people have a deferred payment plan. It's a total different game for land department. But as I said always, because of the wealth, the knowledge, and the trust with land department system, it was easy to implement all those new things with the help of the expatriate, knowledgeable people on the market. I remember we used to have a continuous meeting with the market, with the developers group, with the real estate agent group, with the management companies, Estico, Better Homes, you name them. All of those well-known people who've been serving in Dubai for a long time. And they have helped us a lot to set up the standards and the policy for the market. I remember the time when His Excellency Sultan Bati want to discuss a law, he will call it Tamimi, call this guy, let us sit, and they will give us some information. And this is the way it's move forward. If you are an international investor, leaving your country, coming to Dubai to invest, you need to be secure. You need to feel secure about your investment. Otherwise, you will not come. And Dubai Land Department give that security to any investors who's coming to Dubai in two ways. If it's a ready property, they give him his title deed within 20 minutes. And it was wow for all the investors that I get my title deed in the same day. It was a dream back home. Yeah. But here in Dubai, you get it in 20 minutes. Once you just do the deal, do the transfer between seller and buyer, your title deed is with you. This is for the ready property. For property under construction, or what we call them off-plan, we have set the rules of the escrow account, of the registered project, registered developers, registered agent. So you are protected through all your journey of investment in Dubai, assuming that you know the system and you obey the rules and regulation. We made sure that from home, say UK, US, India, Pakistan, wherever, we give you the information required how to invest in Dubai and what is the steps and process that you need to take to come and invest in Dubai. As I said, it was a big challenge because investing in Dubai or owning a piece of Dubai, it was a dream for a lot of people. So once the market is open, everybody jumped to get this piece. Yes. Some of them even did not do the math or the thinking how I will invest in Dubai. Just because the door open, I need to jump. Mm-hmm. Some investors face difficulties because they did not do the homework. And some investors made a lot of money and secure their investment by following the process. And it's always, whenever you go, you should ask about the process and what is the legal framework of doing anything. As I said, Land Department made it easy for an investment in off-plan by regulating the whole players of the equation, from the developer to the agent, brokers, to the trustee, to the management company of the building. All the process is being regulated and monitored by the Land Department to make sure that the investor will get their rights at the end of their investment, saying if it's a ready property by the speed of the process, or it's an off plan by securing the investment until the handover.
And it's interesting that it can be done online right now. So the investor can even sign online even if they're not here.
Now it's a different game. Now we are talking about the start, but to talk about now, it's a different.
It's amazing where it's come from. You've personally been involved in the entire policy making and the systems. How do you, I remember when, as you rightfully said, I remember there were no policies and procedures before you started, and when you came into the picture and you took CEO role and took it forward, all the policies came on board, including the Owners Association and fractional ownership and so on and so forth. How do you today see Dubai? I know you said a lot of people have copied, but how would you compare where we are today in Dubai to the EU, North America, the United States, etc., in terms of policies and procedures in buying property? In terms of policies and procedures mainly.
Yeah, but as you know, we came, like, I don't want to say the leaders of Dubai real estate market, we came after them because the boom started in 2001, 5, and the regulation came after when we realized that you require the regulation, and we made sure with the vision of His Highness and His Excellency Sultan Bati that we don't over-regulate the market so we can kill it, because it was a promising market. If you put too much red tapes and too much regulation, you will just kill the market, you will kill the initiatives. That's why the regulation of Dubai real estate market was going online with the development that's happening. Today, and we did benchmark ourselves with the international market, because you have an old market in UK, in America, in Australia for OAs and others. So we did Singapore, we visited Japan, we visited a lot of countries to just find out how they are dealing with these booms. But we came back with our own model, and this is what we did. Anybody today is looking to our regulation, and this is what I've been heard from the market. They are saying, you guys took a bit from everywhere.
You took the best of everywhere.
Yes, everywhere, and you have created Dubai models. Look at our trust account system. If it's just copied from any jurisdiction outside, it will not work. We have adapted something for Dubai real estate market to keep the developers going and to investor secure. So you need to balance the equation between developers and investors. Today, everybody is looking to us as a mature market, to a market that can give an investor what he needs and beyond. And this is what I would like to just emphasize more. When I said what it's need and beyond, say if you are an investor looking for a second home, I am sure Dubai will give you a variety of options to come and invest as a second home. But keep in mind, most of the people who came looking for a second home, now they are permanent resident of Dubai, and this is their first home.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Because the environment, the society, they have found something that they've been looking for, and they got it in Dubai. If you are an investor who is looking for return, you are getting your return. And the Dubai market never give you less than 6%. Never. At the time, it used to give 12, 13, 14. I'm talking about rental yield return. Other markets, it might give you 3 or 3. You are lucky to get 3 sometimes. But Dubai never will give you...
And then you pay tax on that.
Yeah, but Dubai will never give you less than 5 or 6 as in the bad time, I say. It gives up to 11, 12, 14, 15% in some years. It will give you whatever you are coming for. If you are a new startup who would like to start a business in Dubai, it will give you this opportunities by dreaming to become big. And I can list for you 10 of the company that started from nothing and today they value this much.
Yeah.
Based on Dubai only. And from Dubai they went outside.
Very true.
Yeah. Real estate agents, valuers, developers, you name them. Because they believed in the system, they believed in Dubai, and they have contributed to it. The beauty of Dubai, and this is what I keep telling my friends, if you come to Dubai with the intention that you will add to Dubai, it will add to you. It will give you more.
That's a nice way of putting it.
If you come with an intention that you want to hit and run, you will hit and run, and you will do, but it will not sustain ever, wherever you go.
Yeah.
And I have seen it for. But if you come with an intention that you want to come and
Grow with.
Yes, grow with. You
Yeah.
are right.
Yeah, it's very true.
Sit there.
Very,
Grow
very
with,
true.
and there is a lot of people who did it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of opportunity as well. You speak about these steps from an investor entering the market until the end of the transactions, rules, regulations, finalizing online, and the speed that Dubai executes. I know that we just spoke about that in terms of where Dubai was, but where Dubai is today, in terms of the technology that you are so you're so involved in, really, to take I see the difference where Dubai was and how all of your technology now is moving everything to a faster online system, to a faster online signature, to so many things. Where you're very big on technology, you've even mentioned it in many of your online interviews. How do you see technology where do you see technology taking, let's say, the rules, the regulations, the structure of what you've implemented to the next level?
Laura, you see, when we talk about an investor and what he's looking for and the journey that's been happening so far, as I said, you need the information before you come to the market. We provide this information. And then you need the legislation and the laws and regulation that you will be abounded and you will work with. And it is there. After that, you need the data. And Land Department has provided a lot of data to the market. And this is we are covering the transparency level. At the legislation, you cover the governance level. And then you come to the services that you give to the investor, which is the excellence level. Then you come to the evaluation, where you evaluate your services with the investor, and he evaluates the market, and he reinvest the wheel and reinvest again and again. Today, Dubai real estate market, Land Department and the government of Dubai is taking it to the next level, to the e-services, to the smart services, because this is the initiatives of UAE government led by His Highness.
And it's a new global move.
And it is the vision of His Highness and led by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. The strength of any system with the data and accessibility to any investor. If you have the data, the information, and you can be accessible. Today, Land Department have joined all the services that we have in one application, Dubai Rest. With Dubai Rest, you can do everything you want regarding your real estate. You get all the data, all the information, all the services of Land Department. On top of that, now we are examining the online transaction.
Just to be clear for those that are listening, the Dubai Rest app is not only for brokers, it is also for the customer, for the investor.
It's whatever type of the customer dealing with Land Department can download Dubai Rest. But for the investor, it is their property wallet where they can do all their services. Just imagine in your wallet, you are checking every day the value of your property as you are checking your stock market. This service is there. A lot of people, they don't know it. There in Dubai Rest, you can choose a broker. You don't. I wrote an article once. Don't let your broker choose you. Choose your broker, because there is a full profile about all registered real estate agent in Dubai, where you can go and check what type of property they are selling, what is their strength, what is their ranking, and everything. This is where I say information is power. We have implemented the investor with an information that he can use to make his decision better and better, and to gain from Dubai real estate market. So Dubai Rest applications is the only authorized smart application of Dubai Land Department that's linked to other government softwares and application to give you a total smart solution for your real estate. Today you can rent your apartment from Dubai Rest. You can rent your apartment from Dubai Rest, yes. Okay. Today.
You can rent an apartment.
An apartment.
Okay.
Your apartment. You can authorize Manal, Marwan, Muhammad from Dubai Rest to rent your apartment, to register his tenancy agreement, to receive his payment, to agree on the payment. All the services is there within Dubai Rest. The new data is provided by Land Department. لا. The only thing stopped land department from a total real estate integration smart system was the law of electronic signatures. It was prohibiting land department from approving the digital signature until the last revision done in January.
Which you just approved.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So this one has completed the cycle, and now it's
You're
in
accepting.
it's we have already launched a service for UAE resident who are obtaining UAE pass to do their signing.
Or that have an MSID, obviously through the UAE pass.
UAE pass.
Okay.
Anybody with UAE pass, they can do a digital signature and obtain all their services with this digital signature, including transaction between parties.
But what about a transaction for an investor that's sitting in Europe that is not here? I remember doing a transfer at one of the trustee offices, and we called them in on a Zoom call, and they had to verify their passports, and I had to have a power of attorney that authorized, etc. But a lot of people, I just went through a situation where we had to produce 2 powers of attorney from 2 different bodies for a client that's sitting in Switzerland that wants to sell a property, and the property changed names, therefore so it was a little bit complicated, and they wanted her to fly in, and she's like, wait a minute, can I just do this via e-signature online? It's a lot easier. And that's not in place yet for international clients yet, correct?
Good thing you mentioned COVID-19 crisis. During COVID-19, land department through the Dubai government made sure the continuity of business. None of our services stopped. So to give a confidence for the international investors and the resident of UAE that the service is going on. We have tested the video calls transfer from international market because you don't want them to panic that the pandemic's happened, we cannot travel, our real estate property is insecure, disappear. No, we told everybody we are there, we are serving everybody, and our business as usual. And this is what we did in 19. We tried the video calls, and it did work, and it was success to everybody. Through just authenticating the seller, the buyers, do the money transfer and everything, until one lawyer came and he said those signatures are not accepted based on the law.
Based on doing it via Zoom.
Doing it via Zoom because
really?
Because it's not a physical signature. This is what he said.
Okay.
That's why we have communicated with the government, with the cabinets, and the new law that been passed and getting affected in January accepted the digital signature on real estate transactions.
And which signature, just for the reference, is allowed? Is it e-signature through which system?
Now, as I told you, the UAE e-pass
is the only document
for citizen.
For the citizens
citizen
of Dubai.
Resident of Dubai or UAE.
UAE in general.
Yes, in general, UAE pass.
Okay.
For the international investor, we are working now with DDA, Dubai Digital Authority, to get an approval for an international investors, how he can do his signature and how we can verify it.
Okay.
I believe they are using latest technology of AI, face recognitions and all of that stuff. But they promised us by the end of the month, this month, I'm talking in March, it will be available for international investors to do transaction online.
That's amazing.
Today also you need to be careful with money transactions and all of this, and you need to obey all the rules of everything. But it will be done. Land department have reached a place where all of our services is smart services. Mm-hmm. And it can be done from any part of the world.
And you find that COVID accelerated that, of course?
Yes, of course. It's accelerated everything in our lives, not only land department services.
Do you think that it's going to reduce the footprint of actual people with the technology that's taking over? Or do you think that technology will always need to have human hands in?
You need technology and you need humans. You cannot separate them. But what I think technology will make a lot of people's life easier, especially in real estate. Just imagine today, previously you need to go and view 3 apartments in Marina, for example, with 3 different agents. And you need to give every one of them an appointment, and you need to drive to the Marina. You go in the elevator, check the property, and come down. If you don't like it, then you go to the second one. Then maybe the third agent is late. You need to wait for him. Today, you can do all of that while you are sitting at home on your mobile. Virtual viewings, all the information is there. Once you are convinced of this apartment, you will do a site visit.
Yeah.
Just imagine somebody is just want to sell you a property in Dubai off plan. You will log in, you will check all the information in one place, which is Dubai Rest, Mashroui. You will get all the information that you want in that place. You don't want to leave or browse any more pages in the internet. Just that application, get the information, do your homework, and then commit for the sales or the commitment that you want. This is what technology is giving you. Information is power.
Yes, but as a client, if I'm logging in and you're saying information is power, also rules are power, because if I'm logging in looking at those 3 apartments in Dubai Marina, I want to make sure that the authority that allows those apartments to be viewed online have been very specific as to the documentation and as to the information that has been embedded into that data. So I want to make sure that that's the right floor plan, that's the right view, that's the right angle. Because when we were building our technology platform that you know about, somebody in the United States from actually MIT said to me, Laura, that's very nice that you want to do that, but how are you going to guarantee to the investor that that is the actual view, that is the actual building, with so many con artists online? And that has always been, how does one guarantee that you as the investor, Engineer Marwan, are looking at those 3 properties? That data that's there comes from where? Who verifies that that data is correct? You know there's a lot of data online that is untrue.
But
I'm not going to say where, but I
will ask you one question. When did you start seeing the word verified in the listing? Very recently, right?
Very recently.
Very recently.
Very recently.
And there is a story behind that. As initiatives of the Dubai government, that the data need to be provided for the private sector. And we in Land Department work online with Dubai initiatives and Dubai strategic plan. So DG said, our Director General Sultan Bati, His Excellency said, we need to partner with the private sector to give them the information of Land Department. We are not revealing all the secrets of the investors. Let us start with the building attributes, building information, units information, areas, locations, views, price, all those things attached to the property itself. Keep the owner information hidden and private. So we sign an MOU with most famous platforms and real estate, and we gave them those data. Today, the answer to your question, yes, any data you will see on those verified, it is coming from Land Department database. Whenever they will tell you it is 1,000 square foot, it is exactly 1,000 square foot registered in the title deed of Land Department. We gave the agent the ability to go and verify any title deed or site plan they received. Just log into our system, write the title deed number, and we'll tell you if it's fake or if it is genuine title deed.
On which app? On the
Dubai Rest.
Dubai Rest app.
Dubai Rest. I'm telling you, everything is linked to Dubai Rest.
Okay.
Today, the verified listing that you will see, it's really verified from Land Department. If you don't see the verified listing word there, it's not verified. It is clean, but it's not verified. But as I told you, we reached a certain level where only need trusted professional to serve this market. If you need the sustainability, if you need the trust to keep on in the market, you need professional people who trust and they respect their professionalism. And they don't just go for behind the quick win and make money and run away. Today, as technology empower us by linking everybody, you can get the information. Just, you need to do the homework.
The click of a button. Yeah. Yeah, you need to do the homework. You have to do the research.
Yes.
You speak about, in Forbes in 2019, you spoke about the help of technology improving transparency for investors and the three pillars, which are trust, innovation, and happiness. And that's actually what you're speaking about right now. And you're still speaking about it.
All of our services in land department based on those three pillars. If we don't have trust in our systems, in our database, in our process, investors will not trust us. So we always keep trust number one, to keep the momentum of the investors. If we don't innovate and bring innovations with the new services and new products, Laura, you've been in this market
nearly 28 years.
See, long enough. We are just hearing about REITs, fractional ownership, tokenization, crowdfundings, all of those new products on real estate. But believe me, we thought about those in land department like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and we have put them on the table. We made our system ready for them. Today, if we talk about fractional ownership, we are already registering fractional ownership. Crowdfunding in real estate, we are maybe the first or one of the first city who already started the crowdfunding in
When
real
did you
estate.
start crowdfunding?
It was 5 years ago, I think. 4 or 5 years ago, when one company went to DIFC and they put them in a sandbox and they contacted us. And we said, yes, as a real estate regulatory agency or a land department, we can accommodate this kind of
So today,
transaction.
would you accept crowdfunding today?
There is already 2-3 companies working in crowdfunding
And
real
how
estate.
do you register the different owners under which umbrella?
There is always two parts, and people should understand this. There is the financial part of it, which is regulated by DSFA, DIFC, ASCA, and there is the land registration, which is regulated and registered by land department. So we are taking care of the registration of the land or the unit or the property, where nowadays they are creating SPV.
But the crowdfunding is more than 2 owners. Today, you've accepted 2 owners on a title deed. How do you accept that?
No. The crowdfunding is more than 2 owners.
Exactly.
It's a company owned by a different group of people.
So the SPV would be set up under the DFSA.
Yes.
And then you'd have and the land department now acknowledges that.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's why I'm telling you, you need to work in a dynamic where you accept those new entrepreneur idea. You don't become a rigid, and Dubai has never been a rigid to any new idea.
You take them, you
We
build,
always
you
adapt,
them.
we accommodate them. If we don't add to them, we facilitate their work. But always, whenever you will see an idea, you will see Dubai added to that idea.
Yeah.
This is the system. It's in the DNA of Dubai nowadays, that they innovate and they adapt to innovations.
I've seen that change over the years. It's been a journey. Tell me about tokenization. Would you accept the land department tokenization?
There is a project, land department is working on it now with all the other authority to start the tokenization of real estate. It's under study.
And it'll be under which body would that be?
As I told you, it will be two different parts: the financial part, the financial part, and the land department registration. Land department registration system is capable and ready to do any registration for the tokenization.
I see eventually tokenization being the way to go. They've done it in certain parts of the world, not 100%, but I do know quite a lot of. But again, it's like you said, the finance side has to be quite strong. Tell us about the residency, and this is, everybody asks me this question, and I don't really know where to guide people to. Buying property in Dubai, do you get a residency status? And if you do, what is the amount that you need to buy for? And if you do, how long is your residency for? The length of the property, what is the rule there? Can you talk about that or not really?
If you remember at the beginning, I personally used to say real estate and visa, it's never attached. You remember that say? I always keep telling them.
And I still agree to that. I agree with that.
But that was in the old days.
Okay.
Nowadays, new services in immigration came, and they are different type of visas, because this is their job, not our job. and it's been created by the authority that handling the issuing of visa and residency. Today you have multiple choice. The real estate visa is there, the retirement visa is there, the investment visa is there. So the country came and gave option to the visitor, to the tourist, to the investor to come and be a resident of Dubai. And choose whatever program they want. But it's a perfect program. From day one, you know where we are going. Like, if today you are an investor with a real estate investment, 750, the new amendment, I think value of 750, you get a real estate residency visa. If it's more than 3 million, you get 5 years residency visa. If you have a property more than 10 to 15 million, you get this 5 years visa, 3 years. There is different type of visa that you can get for your real estate.
So there's no more buy a property, go to the land department and get a visa. So we want to make that very clear that you can choose the residency.
What I'm saying is today it's a clear process that there is a a real estate visa. There is a real estate visa. And any investor who would like to take his real estate visa, he can come to land department, to the Cube Center, and they will process his visa. They have everything from A to Z to finish his visa for him. This is under our promotion and investment sector and land department.
Interesting. And then the visa is processed based on, of course, the property that he has bought and so on and so forth. Well, that's very
there is a clear process for it, and everybody is happy with it. But as I said, today the UAE government gave the investors or the foreigner who are coming to Dubai different type of visas. Previously, it was one visa, either a tourist, I believe, or it's an employment visa. That was the old system. But now there is a variety of visas that you can choose from.
They will, even Dubai,
even Laura, as you know, the new change in ownership of businesses. Previously, as in real estate agent, you require the local partner to be with you. Now you can own your company 100% by yourself. There is a lot of activities. There is a lot of activity. This is what I'm saying. Things are changing to the benefit of the society, to the benefit of the sector themselves. And I have witnessed lately a lot of people, they kept their local partner with them and they open more businesses. And this is the way they did it, because real estate it's created a lot of new businesses.
It has. It's actually incredible where Dubai was and where Dubai is from when I have been here, and people before me can tell many more stories than I can. So we actually started off by saying, where does Dubai stand really with the rest of the world? Dubai surpasses many countries around the world in terms of their technology, their innovation, where they've been making their 227 nationalities happy in one country called Dubai, or the United Arab Emirates, actually, not Dubai. So I find that's incredible. And when you talk about the growth and the expansion of Dubai Land Department and e-signatures and AI, etc., where do we go past tokens and crypto, and where do you see technology heading?
Technology is being everywhere now. Technology is in our daily life. I think you can lose your wallet, but you cannot use your mobile phone or cell phone, because everything is in there. If you lose your wallet for 3-4 days, you will not even notice, because everything is being done by your phone nowadays.
It's so true.
Yeah, that's why we are part of technology. And the good thing is the land department is ready as the government of Dubai strategic plan. And anything today technology can give us, it just plug and go.
Yeah.
You plug it to the system of land department, to the database of land department. But as I said, the new initiatives, the new vision of land department is implement the private sector to lead for real estate innovation, and we support them, because you need the private sector to do more businesses, more services, and we'll be the custodians of the registrar, the custodians of the data, overseeing all the transaction that's happening. But we need the private sector and implement the private sector with data and information and services and authority to serve the community better and better. So as maximum as the private sector can go, we will support them. Whenever the private sector cannot examine an area in real estate, we will step in and do the investment and unlock that locks for them.
It's like all the pictures that we see of people working and working in offices is becoming obsolete. People are actually working from the beach and hiking while they're hiking and while they're enjoying their life. It's a whole new life. I just want to add two more things before we end this conversation. You've mentioned before, but to mention it again, what is the most important things that you want customers to take away from you on what is it that they can use in their daily life? Is it the Dubai Rest app? That's what they should all have. That's what they should all download. Is there anything else that you want to add that they need to know, the customer/investor?
As I said, anybody who's not downloading Dubai Rest, he should go and download Dubai Rest today. It will benefit you in
From A to Z.
A to Z in real estate. Even if you don't own property, maybe one day you will want to buy property. Maybe if you don't own a property, probably you are a landlord or a tenant. So you need the information of real estate.
And it'll show you the daily transactions, the actual daily transactions.
Everything. You will be on the game, daily on the game. How much is being transacted, who transacted this, which office did it, the value, the banks and everything. More than that, Laura, and this is what I want to people take and remember this name, Malik. Any inquiries, any information you need it, you go to Dubai Rest and ask Malik. The service is called, this is a character, we created it in Land Department, we called it Malik. And anything you need, you go to Malik and you ask him and he will answer you. It's just like a Siri when he's answering everybody.
Yeah.
Malik will be your partner in real estate and he will always answer all your questions and guide you what to do. So if we can take something from the interview today, please go download Dubai Rest and use Malik to assist you in all your real estate.
That's amazing.
Queries.
I didn't know that. And I think I know a lot of things, but I didn't know that. So, and brokers, the brokerage and real estate market, what is the message that you have for them?
What I'm always tell them, they are our partners. Keep doing the job professionally and don't be greedy to make extra money and quickly. Just retain the relation with your investors because this is a sustainable market. Always serve them even after you collect your fees.
Yeah.
Because they will need you and you will need them.
And that's how you build your network.
Yes. Trust is the word that's been circulated, started in Dubai, and keep the trust in Dubai real estate market. This is the most important to the agent, and give your client the information that they need.
Be informed, be educated.
Let them take a correct decision. Help them to take a correct decision. If you are dealing with a seller or a buyer, always think about maximizing your client benefits by giving the truth and giving the real information. We are at RERA there to help you. I'm talking to the brokers. We are always there to help them, to support them. We regulated their cards, their forms, their listings. We are always there to help them. Laura, there is some agents or brokers here in the market. I only see them at the award ceremony by recognizing them. Nobody's complaining about them. Everybody is saying good thing about them. And their performance is showed now because I monitor their performance. It is registered in our database. So we always celebrate with them the end of the year report, and we recognize them for their good works. And also, the agent should be equipped with technology. They should be in all offices. They should be equipped with technology. The dynamic of brokership is being changed now. A lot of people no need to be in the office visa, as you know, but still you need to be attached to a brand, to a name where you will serve your customer from.
Agree.
But I see a very brilliant people. They love Dubai and they serve Dubai customers very well.
Dubai has become home for all of us. It's an
Alhamdulillah.
incredible, and the UAE. And last, where do you see Dubai real estate heading? As you know, the prices are, I know we're still cheaper or less expensive than other parts of the world in areas, but where do you see this continued hike in prices?
To conclude with you where I see Dubai real estate market, I need to say something.
Yes.
Whenever you buy a real estate in Dubai, you don't just buy a real estate. You buy a lifestyle. You buy something more than real estate. Something has never been mentioned on the price of the real estate. You buy the safeness of Dubai, security of Dubai, the infrastructure of Dubai, the openness of Dubai, the culture of Dubai, the lifestyle of Dubai. This is all what you buy, which is not written in the title deed that or the price that you are buying with. This is what you buy. You buy the hope, the opportunities. This is where you don't find it in other markets. But this is all associated with the communities of Dubai. Moving forward, I am very optimistic of the real estate market in Dubai because of the fundamentals of this market, the vision of the leadership of Dubai, and the knowledgeable people who are serving Dubai real estate market. See, we are all responsible for our Dubai. All, and when I said all, everybody who's sitting in this country is responsible for the sector to contribute good with a plus sign to it, to make it sustainable and to grow more and more. Price-wise, it's no different than other cities. You will find some places expensive, some places low, some people stays, but always you will find your need within the city and what you require to be served for. And this is that where I see. The other thing I see is technology will be dominant for managing and serving the buildings, the communities. And this what's gonna make Dubai real estate sustainable.
Amazing. Your Excellency, thank you so much for this most incredible talk and for the information, your vision, what you've done, and your leadership, and may you continue moving the Dubai Land Department forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura. It's always a teamwork, and it's always been done through the team.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Have a great day. Thank you.